But in the last 2 days alone, we've seen 3 Israeli hostages who had no shirts on, who had a self-made SOS banner that they were holding. They were clearly not terrorists, and they were shot dead by Israeli forces. And then we have these 2 women killed outside a Catholic church in an act the Pope has called terrorism based on his information that he's got from the Archbishop in Jerusalem. This is, I'm afraid, not indicative of a fighting force that is trying to be surgical or precise. It is actually lending, I would say, support to the notion that President Biden put out, that it's indiscriminate.
So let's talk about those 2 issues specifically. Let's start with the 3 hostages who were tragically killed. You know, the fighting in Gaza, in that particular part of Gaza, has been very intense, close quarter combat, face-to-face fighting, and it's very difficult. And our soldiers claim, and this is being investigated, of course, that obviously they perceive the 3 as a threat, incorrectly and tragically. You know, in all sorts of urban warfare, you have what the experts call blue on blue shooting.
They were waving a white
friendly fire.
They were waving
There hasn't been
a white piece of cloth with SOS. You know, they were clearly not Hamas terrorists. Unless you've been killing a number of Hamas terrorists, you've been waving white cloths with SOS and surrender on them, which I don't think you have. These people were killed, and they turned out to be Israeli hostages. I mean, it's an absolute tragedy. But to simply dismiss it as sort of blue on blue, it seems to me it wasn't an accident. They were deliberately killed, and they were literally holding a cloth saying SOS. I mean, it's hard to think of a more blatant killing of innocent people than this, isn't it?
It's worse than blue on blue because they are civilians. They weren't even combatants, yes? And they were freeing, obviously, running away from Hamas.